Hi, I'm Fanny Sunesson.
And I'm Henrik Stenson, and we are back here at Royal Birkdale together with HSBC.
Do you remember '08 when we were here? I remember the wind, which was and the rain.
We had a great tournament in the end. Maybe not quite as good as Pod Race, but it was a good week in terms of the result. I can just remember the Thursday. Opened up the curtains and it was absolutely pouring down. And I can't remember if we shot 76 or 77, but we took that score. It was so difficult on the Thursday in the morning, and then we made the weekend and we were quite far down.
Henrik Stenson, a bit difficult to tell who's who in the clobber they've got on. Putting together a fine round of golf.
And it was blowing an absolute gale. There were even golf balls. You remember they were on the 10th, I think. They were moving in the bunker.
Yeah, I mean that's. And when we were on the range and hitting, was it 8 times?
Yeah.
And they were going up and
backwards, and landed about 30, 40 yards in front of us. So it was a proper test of golf.
Stenson 1 under par, and that's almost the equivalent of a 6 under round of golf in normal conditions.
Everything kind of goes out of the window at that point. It's just try and control your golf ball, keep it low, move it around the golf course, and we maneuvered really well over the weekend, and I think we shot 70, 71 to finish third from probably about 40th.
Yeah, and that's when you use your great feel, isn't it? Because you need, as you say, you need that low shot. It's like a 4-club wind if you keep it low.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great test of golf.
Yeah, I think that goes for links golf in general as well. Intuition is going to play a big part. You go with what feels right rather than trying to calculate the number. Normal tournament conditions, it could be, it's 120, but it's going to play 128, and I want to hit this shot. But there, you can almost pick any club in the bag and play whatever shot to get the ball to where it needs to finish. You've been looping quite a few years, and for quite a few different players, myself included. Which one would come down as your favorite round of golf to caddy for?
I would have to say at the Players, the '09, the last round. I think I love Sawgrass and the way you played, and I remember that week. That's one of the best rounds of golf I've seen. Very difficult conditions, and you played unbelievable. That was really good fun. You can hit shots that most people can't hit.
Hopefully good ones.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the good ones.
Yeah.
I can't remember any bad ones. Can you?
I have a tendency to remember a few more of those maybe, but no, I mean, we had a great partnership for about 5 years. As a caddy, you're very much involved in the process of decision making and club selection and everything else. I'm sure you kind of evolve on when to step in and when to let the player play on its own and that kind of whole dynamic over the years. But do you find that as one of the most challenging things as a caddy?
Yeah, I would say it is. And I mean, first of all, there's so many facets to it. One is to get to know the player. Like some players want you to talk a lot, or maybe give them like the cheerleading. Some don't. And I think the way I did it was to try to get to know the player and also ask. Yeah, I know, we had our times where I would say, can I just ask you, how I handled maybe a situation out there, and then see, was that good or could I do it better? Because then I learned that. And then I really prepared the golf course. I wanted to know everything on the golf course, because if I knew the golf course, I felt that I could make a better decision.
I think ultimately, I mean, as a player, it's hard, even if you're the best caddy in the world, if you telling me that I should do something, if that doesn't sit right with me, it's never really going to work out anyway, or most times it won't. Because it's so hard to go against your own instincts and feelings. So for the viewers to understand that ultimately it's always has to be like feeling right for the player, and that you as a caddy will be there to support and give the input in the decision making and all that, but it's never going to be the caddy who will tell really the player what to do, because it's normally not going to work that way, right? I think some players want to have it simple, so it's almost somebody else tells me what to do and all my focus just goes into hitting
that shot.
Yeah, hitting that shot, but yeah, I'd say for the most part the player is the one that's going to make the ultimate decision.
Probably more so in links, like if it's blown, like you said, everything else goes out the window. It's you feel how you want to hit it and where you want to hit it, and if I have the information and say, yeah, we can hit it 10 yards short of the green, it's no problem, then you can make the decision what club to use.
Yeah.
Obviously, trust is a really important thing in golf, trusting yourself and trusting your caddy. What do you look for in a caddy when you're gonna, if you were to change caddy, what do you look for?
It was quite simple, wasn't it? Show up, keep up, and shut up.
That's right.
Yeah. No.
I didn't shut up.
No,
maybe.
no. I didn't want you to either. I think the way that the game has evolved and everything around it, in terms of players' fitness, even caddies' fitness. Like you work as a team, you have a big team around you, and the caddy is a hugely important part of that. I think the personal side, the relationship, you more or less end up spending more time with your caddy than you do with your partner.
Yeah.
So it's important that you're with someone that you enjoy the company. You don't have to have the same interest, but you're gonna spend a lot of time. You're gonna talk about other things. So enjoying each other's company, I think, is one important part.
Yeah.
If you're a hard worker yourself, you want to have a hard-working caddy that you kind of gel on that side. I think it helps if you kind of view the game similar as well.
Yeah.
I knew when we started working that you're one of the hardest workers. I've spent my fair amount of time out on the practice area over the years as well, so I always thought that was going to be a good mix.
And we had fun.
Yeah, and we had fun too.
I remember when I was sort of semi-retired from caddying, I did a few appearances here and there, and then you asked me to come to China.
Yeah.
And I had just turned down a player to go full-time with one player, and I thought, oh great, and we knew each other as I knew you as a person, and I thought, yeah, great, and went there, and I absolutely loved working with you. Had a lot of fun. I mean, you were so impressive as a player. I knew that already, but I just loved it, and I'm so happy we ended up working together.
Yeah, and I guess the 1 week turned into 5 years.
Yeah.
Enough, right?
And I guess I hurt my back. That was the only way it could stop me.
I was going to say, probably would have carried on for another good few years. But I don't know if there was anything. I'm sure there's some things that we kind of learned about each other that we didn't know beforehand. But we got to know each other better, that's for sure, on and off the golf course. But I always knew I was going to get a good, hard-working caddy when we teamed up. So you didn't disappoint in that, and we had some great success over those 5 years. So really looking forward to having you back on the bag at Royal Birkdale, and then also the Senior Open at Glen Eagles next week. So let's have a good two weeks together.
Yeah, really looking forward to it.